Before starting the professional development module, I already knew like some skills or some assets that I already had. But I think the module gave me a sort of self-confidence or a boost in my self-confidence with some things that I wasn't sure about.
I never had the confidence of myself to like actually lead anyone randomly. Like if I know you and I know you from a long time, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna lead this team. But I came here. I'm from a different country. These leadership points that I got on the professional development module actually give me this confidence to. I think it was more the confidence I got when I start talking to people.
I really enjoyed the skills that we can develop and to see that maybe psychological part is such important in a master like this. It just tells you that it's important in life, you know.
Giving and receiving feedback, because even in a personal way, they're professional. I think it's super important, like how to say some things in a constructive way. It was super cool to have the guidelines to make this kind of responses or to build this kind of conversations good.
The big takeaway from this module is that in the future, when we start doing something, before that, we need to know better about ourselves, and then we can, based on this the facts, to make plans, and that will be more efficient.
What I have learned in this professional development model is to make a self-portrait in which I could know better what are my strengths and also my weaknesses to in the future make the best decisions in professional life. So it's been very interesting because of that.
Have a tool and a guidance to know my strengths and weakness in order like to face even the weakness and try to improve these ones. Or in terms of my strengths, for example, when we were doing team building sorts of kind of task, knowing like I have, for example, one of my strengths could be like in terms of communication or deal with people, like it was a good one to resolve problems. So yeah, it was super cool to have it on a paper and to know it.
Something that I learned about myself is I've always have like social skills. I've always been like a guy that knows how to be sociable. But something I learned is that this sociability also helped me to lead people, and it actually like unlocked this part of me, not only theoretically, but also like practically, because I started applying many of the concepts we were using in class into the actual projects we're working in IMB, and it worked.
I've learned that in front of the people, they think I'm an introverted person, but after the this module, we have a lot of the tests to test our personality, and I found that in fact I'm an extroverted person, but sometimes maybe the cultural difference it forced me to maybe change my way to treat other people, or how I talk to them.
When I presented my concepts, actually got the people engaged into what I was trying to say, and they like it, and they were excited about it, and I thought like, it's working.
The biggest takeaway from me from this model is first of all self-awareness, then know about different types of leadership. Everyone can be a good leader in his own way, so there's not just one way to be a leader. And also the importance of teamwork and to understand how different is the people you will find in the future in working spaces and situations.
Well, I think for me it's super important to set time for yourself and to think about your career path, your future. And I think this module creates your own time to make this and to say and to see to yourself, okay, I'm doing good or not. It was a kind of time for you to reflect or to think about it. So I think it was crucial this time for me.
Professionally, the ones I liked the most was the when we actually learn how to actually apply to companies, how to do a CV, how to do a letter, because okay, that's something I knew, but like I knew like only on the tip of the iceberg, you know. I never go into these topics, and I think that that's I got really excited because I thought like, okay, this is actually gonna help me. This is gonna be a door that's gonna open, and I'm gonna be inside the music industry here in Spain and in Europe. That's something that I really like. But another thing that I really like a lot was again learning about the psychology of people. You know, like not to classify people into boxes, but to understand people into why. I've always been kind of like a little fan of psychology, and that was really interesting.